Hey there, friends and enemies. JoPaWrites here once again, and today I've got another brand new Genshin Impact video. This one is going to be showing off some tips and tricks for the Tower Mechanicus minigame that is released with the Lantern Rites Festival, and I've been having an absolute blast with it. If you've been enjoying it as well, let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know what characters you've been using throughout your adventures. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're also subscribed to the channel. Shows me you're interested in my Genshin videos, and also just supports me, and I can't tell you how much I thank you all for doing so. Now, I'm going to jump in and just start talking about some general tips and tricks, and then a little bit more in depth after that. At first, the first couple stages were not difficult at all, but as we've hit 4 and 5, you start to get a little bit more challenging with them. So I figured this would be a good time to dive in and show you guys some things that have helped me along the way. One, make sure you're playing co-op if at all possible. You guys are not splitting your Mechanicus sigils, so you're going to have a lot more ability to buy the Mechanici and also upgrade them with different powers, because in between rounds, you're also going to be able to purchase your upgrades individually. So that means not only are you building faster, but you're also upgrading faster, and you're getting way more bonuses for your Mechanici. Huge, huge, huge. Definitely recommend. Plus, if you're playing co-op, you can cover multiple areas at one time, and as you get towards stage 5, now you've got multiple portals up to 3. So definitely something to keep in mind, and I think it's the best way to go by far. They've incentivized you to play co-op. The other thing to remember, what the characters do, how much it matters, because I've been using a lot of Ganyu, I've been using a lot of official bow characters, and freezing with Cryo or the Electro. Those have been really good, but remember, a character like Jean can knock the enemies, the smaller ones at least, off the map. They're not as great once you get towards the end stages and you start getting the big bulky enemies coming through, but in the early stages you can just clear them right off the map. You can slow them down. Makes a huge difference. Now, keep in mind where your Mechanici are, because what you can do is you can put a section where you can cover multiple angles. As you'll see in the video, and you might have seen, my teammate was playing very, very aggressive, so I played a lot more cautious in order to make sure that they didn't get past our last line of defenses. I also would drop my stationary abilities like my Cryo or my Electro for Fischl or Ganyu. I would put them right in the middle of all of our towers and allow them to kind of add status effects towards the enemies as well as they came through. This made a big change. It helped a lot, as you saw in the later stages. Now, the other thing, I do really like bow characters for this, because I feel like you can cover so much of the map. That's especially true if you're going to choose to go the single player route. It makes such a big difference to do that. Then when you're upgrading and you want to make sure that no enemies get through, because you actually get some better rewards for doing so, strategic alignment, where you put your towers, your Mechanici, is very, very important, but also as important as how you upgrade them. If you've got a level 6 Hydro and you put it, and then you, during the course of the rounds, you're able to upgrade that with a attack bonus, faster attack or something like that, it can cover a spot by itself, and you can relocate the defenses. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, your sigils, since they're not split between the two characters, if you're playing co-op, you can also deconstruct them and then reconstruct them in better areas if necessary. That's a lot harder to do when you're playing solo and you might be running out of sigils, especially the first couple of rounds. So that's just something to keep in mind as the map changes, as you kind of learn where the enemies are going to come from, the routes they take, how you can stop them best, and what angles are going to be most advantageous. Because I personally really enjoy using the Hydro Mechanici as well as the Electro Mechanici, and then farther back I'll put a Pyro Mechanici that's going to lob its attacks from a distance. I feel like that's my favorite strategy currently. The only time it won't work as well is if you have a bunch of Cryo enemies, but again, you can counter that if you're paying attention. If I'm playing solo, my squad right now is Ganyu, Fischl, Mona, and jungling. Those are because they all can drop abilities, and then I can move and focus on something else while their ability just stays still and covers an area, and I can focus on other things. So that's my favorite set of 4 characters currently. Again, if you really feel like you want an animal character like Jean, like Zhao, like Animal Traveler, all those can be beneficial when you're trying to knock enemies off the map, but I don't feel it's super efficient when you get towards the late game. So you can also use Geo characters to try to block the path as well and redirect them. That is helpful also. So other than that, let me know if you guys have any additional tips and tricks that you've learned over the course of playing the Theater Mechanicus, and I hope you've enjoyed the event. I've thought it's an absolute blast. I've really had a great time with it, and I've been playing it quite a bit. So I love the rewards. I think it's very fun. It adds a little dynamic to how the game plays. So I've been having a blast with it, and yeah, I can't wait to dive in some more and see how the next 2 levels that are released go. But other than that, enjoy the rest of the video. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.
One.